Talk to me about religion and why is it a hard thing for people to get their head around? I feel like a lot more people are talking about religion, and I feel like a lot of our people we listen to, like the Rogans and stuff of the world, are starting to think, wow, there's something here. I always look at it as like technology that was developed over thousands of years to make the human experience better. And the older I get, the more I look at religion as some really important practices that are in there. But as a kid, I was always against it because it always felt like maybe it was being pushed on me. How do you talk to people about religion, Bas?
Well, never start quoting Bible verses and doing all that stuff, because then you're the crazy guy again, right? Just start with that. But just ask them what they want to be a man. And then I use that line. I want to be a man who can overcome his weaknesses, vices, and imperfections. That line. And that is being a true Catholic. You know, but the pedophile police, just stop pointing fingers right away. That's 1.7%. Unfortunately, 1.7% too much, but those are just bad people. That doesn't mean that the rest is bad. If I want to live by the rules that Jesus lived by, the two greatest commandments he ever gave was, one, if you're an atheist, you don't have to follow this. Love God with all your might, all your heart, your soul, everything, right? Number two, treat thy neighbor as thyself. You do that, we do that, problem solved. But we don't, because we are more important. That's pride. Pride is the number one deadly sin, right? Everything starts with pride. Drinking, if you're an alcoholic, you want to drink again, starts with pride. Oh, you can do it. That's what you're thinking. Well, you're better than somebody else. Just drink the freaking drink. It's always pride. And once I realized that pride was really controlling my life, and I was not saying, hey, man, I got 22 unbeaten streak, I got this title. I never did that. But pride comes in a lot of little tiny things. Like you hold the door open for somebody. That person doesn't thank you. You're angry. That's pride. Because you're doing it for the wrong reasons. If you do it out of love, you don't need to thank you, right? Just open the freaking door. No, but you want to thank you for it. That's pride again. You want to feed your ego. So stop doing those little things. Walking on a parking lot, I would say, somebody backs up and then they start shouting at the car. You didn't see me. That's pride. You never made a mistake. You never backed up and didn't see somebody. Relax, dude. They still don't have it. So once you start seeing those things, and I go like, man, I really want to be just a man, like a real man that somebody can depend on. Like friends can call me any moment of the day, any moment of the night. I'll be always ready because I don't drink. I don't do anything bad. I'll be always ready to help these people. And once I realized that, I go, yeah. But nowadays they try to separate that because the control comes from the government, of course. They want God out. They follow a whole different other guy. A lot of these people do. The opposite do it, the devil. And people going home and, oh, yeah. What the devil is? Dude, I've been attacked physically. If you would have experienced what I experienced, because I know I'm a tough guy. I'm clean everybody up if I want to, pretty much, if I want to, right? Not the professional fighters right now, probably have a problem with, but let's face it, I'm much stronger than you. Mentally also, because we have to push the whole time. If it freaked me out, well, you're going to be praying a rosary 3 times a day in the freaking church, how it happens to you. That's how afraid you're going to be. And it really freaked me out. And once you think you're chasing a person in the house, you come around the corner, instead of a door, there's a big, thick curtain hanging. And I came around the corner, the curtain flies up against the ceiling. So I kept running, right? Somebody just ran through it. There was nobody in the freaking house. And once they get stamped on you, it's like, dude, we moved to a different house. And my daughter decided to sleep upstairs. And then when she came back the next day, we had breakfast, and I said, hey, how was you guys' first night? And my daughter says, oh, I had a visit from 2 boys. I go, whoa, what? You mean spirits then? And she goes, yes. I go, how old? She says 16, 17, around that age. I go, you're not freaking out. She says, no, they were really nice. But one kept playing on the bed the whole time. And I said, hey, listen, I want to go to sleep. And then he stopped. So I'm looking at my wife. I go, what the heck? So I go down to the computer. I push in if something happened in my house. Well, in 2001, 4 kids, a girl and 3 boys, on the road that is next to my house, got in a tailspin, flew through the wall with us, and 2 boys died, 16 and 17 years old. And I'm like, and she didn't know that. Wow. I go, oh, there's a hole. And I'm walking outside, I see where the wall is repaired, where these kids passed away. They were visiting her. So we know 100%. And listen, there's a video on my YouTube channel why I got back to the Catholic faith. Watch that, because that's where I explain with the attacks. I explain everything, but also near-death experiences and all the things that you hear. It is so freaking wild that's pride again. We believe that this is the life. It's not. We're just getting ready for the next one. And that's going to be forever. Why? Because time stops. And once time stops, you want to be in a good place or a bad place. Yeah, but what if it's not true? Well, if it's not true, I've been a really good person since 2014. That's how I can say. And everybody will remember me because they say, man, that guy was a really great guy. He always helped people. He did everything. Now let's talk about what if it is true. You're not going to go to a good place. I am going to go to a good place. And that's what I want. And why would you get angry at people who want to pray for you, or people who, I never understood that. I was never a Jesus guy. If you would have said to me, Jesus, I would walk, I knew there was something, but I never really focused on Jesus. So, and then the person would walk over to me and say, hey man, we feel that we can pray for you. Can we pray for you? And I really didn't believe it. I go, sure, because I thought it was a very nice gesture of a person to do. But nowadays, if you ask a person, hey man, I think I need to pray, you won't, don't believe in God, it's all pride. And they all scream, but they don't know the truth. They didn't have the experiences that I had, or what millions of other people have had. So once you break it down, it's true. If you go to the Bible, like prophecies, well, how many prophecies will be an acceptable word that exactly came true what the Bible said? 10, 20, 30, 40? What about 230 of them? That's the Bible. Exactly what they say, and it comes true. And you're saying it's not the 66,000 connections between the books that they have. If that's written by one person, it could be. It's very hard to make it. Written by sheep herders and all different people. What was the number? They said 10 to the 30th or something. So that's a 30 or a 10 with 30 zeros behind. That's the chance of having those connections. And then if you're still too blind to go like your ego tells you, no, because my friend is also an atheist, he doesn't believe in it, he's a scientist. Scientist is another thing. The more science get involved, the closer they come to God. Look at Einstein. He's a big believer, this is a big design. But yeah, if you're tackling on the surface, yeah, then you go, oh, no, it's not true. It's not true because you want to be like everybody else, like having a Prius all the way back. Oh, I want to be different, or a Mac computer, which I have. But in the beginning, it was like, oh, you're different than other people. You want to be different. They just want to be different. I know all these guys from the devil worshippers. You know exactly what guys they were in class. They were the guys who didn't get any attention, didn't get anything, were never really good at anything. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, everyone's afraid of the devil. I'm going to join the devil. And then they become a freaking Satanist or whatever it is. It's just insecure people who didn't have any guidance who looked that up. But once you dive into it and you see that everything is coming through and those connections that there are is the most, it's so in your face and we don't see it because they try to separate it from us because then we're easier to control. And I truly believe that's true, also in schools. But if you live by the Christian rules, and don't tell me this story because I had another guy, he's shouting at me, this kid, he's 23 years old, and he knew that I'm a devout Catholic. And he goes, that he was always stealing for under $500 in California. That's what they would do as kids because then they can bring you to jail. And I go, oh, that's a nice thing. Oh, by the way, boss, all my Christian friends, they stole the most. I go, well, then they're not practicing Christians. No, they go to church. I go, oh, that's a fine analogy. Let's bring that further. So what you're saying is that if you walk in my gym and you look at a class, you're a professional fighter, that's what you're saying? Or do you think you have to go in and maybe learn about it, and then maybe have to live like it? Don't do these mistakes. Eat like it. Don't drink. Don't do this. Don't women. No, all the list that you go down as a professional athlete that you cannot do, right? But you say that you can just watch and then you're not. Those are the people who go to church for, if it is true, then at least I did my main minimum thing. That's why they go to church. Those are the guys when you go out of church and somebody backs up his car, he flips off the other guy. Just fresh out of church, let's flip off another person. You see, those are the guys. Those are the, Jesus talks about, what is the lukewarm, they call them. You're either hot or cold, but if you're lukewarm, he will vomit you out from his mouth. I go, I don't want that. But you see, once you break it down, and these guys, leave them alone. They want peace for you. They pray for you, for a person who doesn't believe in it, and they try to see if they can still save your soul. And you think that is so bad because you simply refuse to believe in it? That's okay, but don't get angry at these people. They try to help you.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.